The Springburn Winter Gardens Trust was set up over 10 years ago in 2014 on the eve of the Commonwealth Games as an effort to try and save this magnificent Category A listed building that we're right by the side of.
My name's Stephanie. I'm the Community Engagement Coordinator for Springburn Winter Gardens Trust.
You couldn't just go in willy-nilly. There was a guy at the door and letting people in more with the reins and that. But if there was a kid herself, he didn't let you in. Unless you were with an adult. If you were a small kid, didn't let you in. Well, I was quite tallish, so I thought, I just come in with me, it's all right. So I knew I was getting in the record place, so I wanted to see what was all in there.
If you go back 125 years ago when this building was constructed, the Springburn area was the largest centre for locomotive manufacturing anywhere in the world.
And it was an amazing place. You had the boats in the pond and all that kind of stuff. This beautiful, beautiful building. It was just amazing. It was absolutely amazing.
A lot of this project has been about the past, and we had Spirit of Springburn here as well with their photo archives. So the past element has been important in gathering memories from people in the community as well, which is what we're currently in the process of doing. And honouring what has been this hugely rich legacy of the place.
I remember coming here when I was a kid.
The banana tree was over in that far corner.
Oh.
I mean, you walked along, the branches were like the leaves, and you could lean, it feels like you could just pluck a banana, but you couldn't touch them, but you just looked all that near.
And this building was a reflection of the Prides. If you look at it, it actually looks like a mini Queen Street Station or St Pancras. It was built to represent the locomotive building industry, the railway pedigree of the community and the pride that they had in what they did.
My mum was visiting in Stop Hill Hospital, and basically kids weren't allowed in the hospitals then. So we would come out here.
So many childhood memories bound up in it.
Then all the flowers, these were just filled with flowers. No, they were all for George Square.
But it's important to honour, and it has been important to honour and acknowledge these memories and this history and heritage.
Well, this was mobbed up here. I think they've done quite a few places actually. Apart from I knew George Square because the man had said they did. That's where they done. But there's a lot of flowers and stuff, and they must have went to maybe other parks or something. I don't know. Yeah. Maybe once it didn't have big greenhouses to grow them. I mean, that was a massive place compared to the wee things when you think about it. No.
It's basically a big barn. It's Clyde built. One of the really reassuring things we've had over the years as well is the engineers that have came to advise us on the building and doing the inspections have said actually it's pretty much in good nick. In a weird way, taking the glass out helped save it because it's reduced the wind pressure on the building. So actually letting the wind flow through it, for example, is actually helped save the structure because it's not having to deal with as much pressure on it.
I think people feeling quite a strong amount of grief for what's happened to the Winter Gardens and what was, this sort of vibrancy of what was. I've been working on this project since November up until now, so it's been a sort of winter to summer project that's unfolded. And it's very much been about creative engagement with the site and with the Winter Gardens. And activating this sense of community spirit and connection that's already very much here, but more around directing the energy and focus in a certain way. I've been leading Creative Wanders every week, where we've really just taken the time to walk the site, to listen, to tune into birdsong.
Love the listening to the birds. She's introduced us to the Cornell Labs Merlin app. And although I'd been sort of before listening out for birds, it's just really nice to have this opportunity to see a much greater number of birds that I might not have been aware of.
So really to take note of the biodiversity that's already here, slowing down. So that's been one element, and we've done that through walking and nature surveys and bird identifying. But also just spending time together, just walking together has been a beautiful way to meet people in the community. And I think what's happened over time is through these walks, we've magnetised different people in the community. So just by being here, by being visible in what we're doing and paying attention to nature, by paying attention to the Winter Gardens, it's a way to almost like draw in and attract other people and start these conversations about where the Winter Gardens is going and what the larger want and desire is from the community. There's been an ecotherapeutic aspect to the walk.
My name's Tony, and I'm involved with the Springburn Winter Gardens project as a volunteer. I've never done anything for a long time that's made me feel less stressed. It was excellent. It just made me feel so good. And then connecting with the people involved, there's just so much optimism, and there's not enough of that in the communities right now.
I loved the way Stephanie, in her very gentle and yet, she has a commanding presence, and yet it's very gentle, it's very warm, and the way she's taken us through the different activities that we've been involved in, and it's been wonderful.
To be honest, it's been a bit of a lifeline for me. I'm waiting for a medical procedure, so I haven't been able to work for a wee while. And just getting out and about and dealing with the environment and people and, feeling like you're doing something useful, but also just listening to the birds has been a huge benefit to my mental health and my physical health for that. Something to get up for in the morning, and met a bunch of lovely people.
So we did tree planting recently, and the tree planting was really a way to sort of start taking ownership over the site, because there are bigger plans that the Trust has to turn this into more of a community space where we can access and grow. The tree planting was a way to kind of bring this message in around free food for the future. Food was grown here at one time for the community. Stories that we've heard over the months have involved free fruit for the community. So that was quite an important part of the project, to be able to bring fruit trees in on site and think about 2 years' time how they can actually, be gathered by the community for the community. We've also done a bit of work with schools. So I've been working with Balernick Primary School nearby, and we're working with a very enthusiastic group of eco committee members. So this is from P3 up to P7. And we've been coming on site and we've been making plans for how to take care of nature on site. They've been designing bird boxes for us and sharing ideas around why they think it's valuable to take care of not only the winter gardens but nature itself. So it's this sort of marriage between the two, and we hope to keep working with them in the future.
Springburn Men's Shed have been really great, really nice guys, totally helpful, and they took the designs that the Balernick Primary way instead and made these amazing bird boxes that are going to go up inside the old hothouse next spring for the birdies to make their wee nests in.
Very generously funded by the ASDA Foundation to be able to run a series of community litter picks. So we've had the opportunity to clear out the site.
I'm Emma and I am the community champion for ASDA at ASDA Royston. I have been working with the group due to having a ASDA Foundation grant where they received £750, which is absolutely amazing. As you can see, the work that's been put into it has been brilliant. I previously didn't work with the group, so when Stephanie told me that they received the money as well as getting an email from the ASDA Foundation, I was like, fantastic, we'll hand the cheque over. And as well as that, I've actually been coming along helping more as well, so it's like giving back to the community in a way that's so little from my side. But yeah, they're absolutely such an amazing group. They've been keeping me up to date with everything and what they spent the money with, and honestly I'm absolutely amazed and welcome to actually see another group. So well done Springburn Winter Gardens, fantastic job, thank you.
We were able to take away a lot of material we didn't need, but also find heritage pieces as well from the building.
We've had lots of young people come along and do this kind of mini archaeology project behind us, finding all the old bricks, all the old bits of ironwork, and sifting through. It's a bit like CSI Springburn here, trying to find all the different artefacts.
We had young people on site that were taking care and throwing what needed to be thrown into the skip, but also getting quite excited about the brickwork we were discovering. And it was that nice. I think what last week was special because it was a sort of intergenerational moment where there were young people on site clearing, and then there were older members of the community that were also lifting, heavy metal into the skip together. So that was quite a beautiful moment. This event today, which was a celebration of really different partners that we've been working with, so the RSPB.
Hello, I'm Alice. I work with RSPB on our Glasgow's Giving Nature a Home project. It's a great project about connecting people with nature and the environment. So I've been in the post for a month and very quickly messaged Steph to say, hey, can I come and hang out with you and see what you're up to with the Winter Gardens? So I haven't been involved for too long, but the time that we have been involved has been absolutely fantastic. It's been a great way for us to kind of see people's connection to the space and how strong people feel about it and how much they want to protect it, which is fantastic. And I guess this holistic view about what it has been, what it could be, and very much kind of everything that Steph has been embracing and kind of, showcasing with the space. So we're kind of in the area, we have nature restoration funds, we want to do lots of kind of big actions that are going to improve space for biodiversity, for climate, for people. And then spaces like Winter Gardens are fantastic for that and really help us do what we do, because it's that connection to space first and then the wider place after. So it's a vital space for that people connection and just that connection to space, connection to each other, and just feeling like that you have that ownership. But yeah, it definitely starts with places like Winter Garden, and then we can hopefully take that out elsewhere. But yeah, it's been fantastic for us to kind of come in and see what Steph's up to, see if we can help in any way. So today we were doing that with we kind of called it a wonderful wild weed walk, just to get this idea of like, well, where's the Winter Garden going next? Are species going to be important to that? Is insects going to be important to that bird? What are you looking at? So today was just about going for a wander and checking out the weeds.
And also Glasgow Seed Library came along because we're hopefully going to build a partnership with them in terms of growing, and if we'd like to start saving our own seeds here.
Hello, my name is Hamshia and I'm from the Glasgow Seed Library, and I was here today at Springburn Winter Gardens just to chat to folk about seed saving and why it's important and how can we make our seeds more Glaswegian and really happy and in love with this weather. So I was just doing a little talk just to introduce that. And if you want to check out the Glasgow Seed Library, come along to the CCA on Stucky Hall Street, and it's just in through the front door on the left, yeah.
Isn't Springburn Auditorium a great place? So glad I came along today. Many thanks to Anne and Alex for donating this amazing space to Stephanie's event, and for all the works all the volunteers do for the area.
So I suppose the project has become this kind of thread between the past and the present, and what we're looking forwards to. We have hopes for the next phase of the project and where it will go.
We need the funding. The organisation, the Springburn, the Winter Gardens Trust, are doing all they can to make that a reality. They've got good political backing as well.
Most recently, we were on the reserve list for the Regeneration Capital Grant Fund, which is £1.3 million we were looking for to basically get it into a state where we can stabilise all the steelwork and all the brickwork and open up the interior so we can go in and use it and put chuckies down and basically have a space that you can use. So that's what we're aiming for right now, and we're now rewriting our application to go back in again. So hopefully this year we'll get a break. Fingers crossed.
There are bigger plans that the Trust has to turn this into more of a community space where we can access and grow.
I have absolutely no doubt that if we could I wouldn't even say restore the Winter Gardens to what it once was. That'd be great. That's my ultimate wish. But if we could get it into service, get it looking, halfway back to what it used to look like. If we got, some of this work started and get it into some sort of community use, it'll help revitalise the entire park and the greater area, and all the better for the good people that live in Springburn.
Hopefully we can keep the momentum going, and we can finally get to where we need to be with this beautiful building and have it as a symbol, not just of Springburn, but of Glasgow's pride in its industry, its heritage and its future.
What has also been a very important part of this project is the people that have come forward in the community and lent a hand, and none of this would be possible, none of it without them. So that's been a huge part of, I think, the enjoyment of the project, and also giving it the sort of robustness to go forwards, because it's not possible to exist without the people in the community that are helping it happen.
I'm the sort of person that likes to be a contrarian, likes to not take no for an answer. I think this lingering remnant of a once faded industrial grandeur still kind of calls out to the community as this thing about reasserting ourselves, covering the idea of ambition and a sort of collective purpose, which is what was behind building this, a pride in the locomotive industries of Springburn, a pride in the civic purpose of the community together.